Okay, so what is up? All right, guys. So this one was a request. Now, listen. If you have looked on my channel and you have not seen the synastry aspect or the topic that you want to see, let me know, because I'm back in business. I'm back in business. And okay, that means I'm rolling again. Y'all know I stay rolling. Okay. Just some periodic issues that come up. Okay, so we're gonna start here. So with this, someone requested this Venus opposed Pluto synastry. What do I have to say about this? Okay, this one is interesting. And by the way, I did the Venus opposed opposite Mars. That one was more like a power play. You know, like the battle of power. This one is not quite that. It could be depending on what signs are here. Like if we're dealing with Scorpio, you know, maybe Taurus being stubborn, signs like that. So I'm pretty Aries possibly. But okay, with Venus opposite Pluto in the synastry chart, I see it as more of a interest, an intense interest, like that kind of catch you off guard a little bit. But at the same time, like if these two never came together, it'll be because at the same time, okay, so this is what it is. You one sense in the other something that's just like, you know, pulling them together. Something of interest, like heavy interest. One sense that in the other. And but yet it could feel oddly like, I don't know. You know, like I don't know if this is something that I should engage in or not. So now, remember guys, synastry can operate and take place even if, and I'm saying this lightly, but even if two people are not together. This is where we see or we find attraction. Like you could be with one person, you could be in love, in a relationship and everything, but you're finding attraction in somebody else, like a strange attraction. And even other people are like, oh God, like, what do you find attractive about that person? You know, I kind of feel this could be one of the sensory aspects that brings that along, because you're just like, like I am interested in this other individual, like I'm interested in this person, but like what's so fascinating about the person? And really what it boils down to is this: Venus sees Pluto, and we could put this inside of like masculine feminine dynamic. It doesn't really matter, we can do either one. But let's say it like this: Venus, let's say Venus is the feminine, Venus is a woman. Venus sees Pluto, and especially like Pluto's the man, masculine or whatever, as like this man that could be like I actually can flip it, because we'll do it this way first and then I'll flip it, because of the fact that it's like a transition, or like this Pluto is like a transformation type thing. It can be flipped with that energy. But let's say the Venus is seeing the guy, the man, like, you know, this man seems like he has some sort of power. He seems like he has some sort of, like he has that masculine energy that I've been missing or I'm looking for. But it could, and this could play good in if the synastry chart like together presents like that atmosphere for it. Like there's other synastry aspects that adds up and is good, is flowing good, and is connected at the same time. This could play like really good. But what it is that there's like this like, you know, this push pull type thing, this like come chase me if you're interested type thing. And this is why I was saying initially it would work good with, I mean, you can see this with the man wanting to try to convince Venus or persuade Venus in some type of way to come with them. Like, and not just come with them, just like, okay, Venus, let me have you, you know, like let me actually trying to, you know what I see with this, you know, like Pluto setting up a little trap, you know, and being so nice, and, you know, seeing what it is that attracts Venus, and how to capture Venus, see what Venus is interested in, and then boom, Venus gets to the trap and triggers it, and then boom, box closes Venus in, and Pluto snags the box and drags it off. Okay, because it's like this. Pluto is, even if the Venus person is not interested in Pluto, Pluto can see the Venus person as like, okay, like, wow, you know, I want to leave. Like, Venus doesn't seem interested in me, but I can make Venus become interested in me because it's Pluto, sign of transformation, or planet of transformation, whatever. But this is the thing. A lot of times Pluto can convince Venus to come and fall in a trap. Now, so it's like Pluto keeps trying to possess Venus and is definitely attracted to Venus because Venus is different. So let's say that Pluto is used to dealing with people, love interest that gives in easy to their willpower. They can seduce easy, they can persuade easy, possess easy. But Venus, it seems like, okay, Venus is attractive, and Venus is something I'm interested in, but for some reason I can't quite get Venus the typical way that I would get Venus. So Pluto starts coming up, like actually trying to come up with ways to get Venus, and it brings this whole chasing thing. Hence, then Venus feels like, oh my gosh, like Pluto's really into me, and actually starts feeling good because of it. Where it can go wrong, because I kind of feel like this. Venus is possibly, especially like a Venus in Libra or something, is possibly looking for a fair interaction, like some Venus in Gemini, whatever, it doesn't matter. One of the air signs or whatever, or we can use that, but I'm just saying Venus is looking for, like, okay, a partner they can communicate with, they can share mutual ideas with, they can work together with, but it keeps feeling like Pluto is trying to be like this possessive thing, like Pluto is like possessing them, and then possibly even, you know, it can get abusive, or it can get clingy in a sense to where if Pluto can't really possess Venus and know Venus's whereabouts and gets jealous or whatever, it can make Venus feel like it's trapped. Instead of being in a relationship that it wants to be in and wants to interact in freely, it can feel like, oh my gosh, like I'm trapped. Because, you know, what else? That's why other synastry aspects will help here. Because it can be almost like Pluto is operating against Venus, trying to get Venus to change. Because, so if Pluto was initially attracted to Venus with her, you know, with the clothes and the attire, because this could even be a man, baby. You know about me, I'm futuristic, baby. I don't be sitting up there acting like only men do this, only women do that. I don't be doing that. This could be a man, because y'all act like people don't be doing this. People don't be saying this about men, but people be acting like men can't be attractive, and like women, we don't be looking at men like that. If women say that, it's not true. Because like I could be around my coworkers, I could be around like people I know, whatever. They'll be sitting there talking about, oh girl, he fine, girl. You know. So what I'm saying is that Venus could feel, Venus in other sensory aspects good, but Venus could feel almost like, okay, well, does Pluto really know me for me? Like, it's like a, you know, I don't want to be in a situation where I feel like I'm just like some sort of possession. Some people may like this. I ain't trying to come at nobody, so don't come for me. I'm just saying that Venus could feel like, oh no, let's take it back. Initially, let's say Pluto was into Venus because it was like, dang, like Venus is wearing the muscle shirts and Venus muscles is like popping. Dang, Venus, you ever seen them guys with like the long hair or whatever? You know, some women like that. Like, dang, Venus is like, look at Venus hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Venus swag. Like, look at the way Venus acts. Like, look at Venus possessions, whatever. And what initially got them to liking Venus could then become this thing, the same thing that they try to change Venus from doing and being. Because Because they be like, oh, you ain't going, you going where to the gym and your muscles are showing, you wearing a muscle shirt? You better cover that up. You better put on some long sleeves. You can't, why don't you work out at home? And Venus is like, but I've been going to the gym. Like, I've been doing this. I've been doing that. Now, vice versa. But Venus could like this too. Depending on, Venus could like Pluto's possessiveness or whatever. Reversed, Pluto could feel like, okay, well, if they could, let's say there's other aspects at play in synastry here that Pluto does like about Venus, but at the same time, Pluto could not really like the aesthetic of the Venus person and seeks to change that. It's kind of like, dang, Venus is cute, but like if she would, you know, wear this or do that, you know, maybe it'll be better. And then it could be parts of, like, it's not that Pluto is necessarily fine, because people don't want to hear the bad side of astrology or the harsher side. It's not that Pluto, because we find beauty in everything. It's that, what it is not that Pluto dislikes the aesthetic or like dislikes the looks of the Venus person. It could be like I said before, the aesthetic. Like, or there'll be something about the Venus person that Pluto is like, I don't like your vibe. Especially if they feel like the Venus person is being surface and they're trying to go deep. So that could be something that turns Pluto off from Venus. It's like Pluto may not even try to change Venus. It could just be like, nah, because I already know I get locked up over this one, you know. Or Pluto will go into it like, I'm interested, and then over time be like, this is a little bit more superficial than I thought. Depending on what else is at play. And, or Pluto could be like, you know, like, this is a beautiful girl, but dang, she dressed tacky. Like, you don't gotta be having everything showing. Boo. Hey, pick one. Is it gonna be the boobs or is it gonna be the booty? Which one's gonna be out? The boobs, the stomach, or the booty? We can't have all of it out at one time, okay? And then Venus is like, you can't control me. I was like this before. I was like this when you met me. Let me stop. But seriously, this is kind of what it boils down to. There could be attraction initially too, or initial, or like throughout the relationship. But at the same time, if Pluto feels like it cannot possess Venus or change Venus, Pluto feels like, okay, I'm about to change Venus for the better. Maybe Venus hanging out with Pluto drags him down a little bit, depending on Pluto. Because let's say Pluto is on drugs or something, or doing things that they're not supposed to be, and the Venus's family is like, nah, you can't get with Pluto because blase. You see what I'm saying? Like, look at how it's gonna bring you down, because Pluto could change you for the good or for the worse. Okay, guys, let me stop because I gotta go. My dryer's in there banging. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, this has been Venus opposed Pluto synastry. I'll be back. Peace.